So once again, I want to officially welcome everyone to the 2022-2023 TELTA U.S. Department of State Continuing Professional Development, and our session. There we go. Our session 5 today, and that's going to be trying to make grammar and vocabulary easier to teach and learn. A very brief session on that. I'm only going to go about a half an hour or so this time. And then I'm going to turn it over to one of my colleagues. I believe it's Onesmo today. I hope it is. He has a wonderful presentation, although we have a great team here today, and I'll talk about them in a moment. And we're going to learn about collaborative teaching. I think I might have a mistake here. I think we're doing differentiated learning. I apologize on this. I should have checked this slide before I submitted it. Is anyone out there who can correct me? Ayub, are you there? Or Cassia? Or Irene? What's the second part today?
OMJ.
Hi, Irene. What's part 2 today? Is it going to be collaborative?
Differentiated.
The second part will be.
It is. Okay. Yeah, I apologize, everyone. I didn't mean for any confusion. Thanks, guys, for having my back. So, yeah, so it's going to be differentiated learning. I apologize for that slight mistake on the slide. So, okay, to get started and to get everyone involved, I'm going to do breakout rooms. But before we do that, I'd like to just remind everyone a few housekeeping things while this screen is up there about breakout rooms. Breakout rooms are the most important part of what we're doing in these sessions. It's your chance to speak and to be heard by not only your colleagues and others across Tanzania, but remember, we have a worldwide audience for these sessions. We post these at Facebook, which I'm going to talk about in a moment also. And there are people watching us from all over Africa and from the United States and the Philippines and South America and South Africa. So I advise you to always try and show your video when you can, participate when you can, and take advantage of those opportunities to join the breakout rooms when invited. That's really how we gauge your participation and attendance in these sessions. So I'd like that's out of the way. I'd like to talk quickly now also about what we're doing with Facebook. Right now, sessions 1 and 2 are posted at Facebook. Sessions 3 and 4 and session 5 are yet to be posted. It is my hope, inshallah, God willing, that I'll have those at Facebook after we complete session 5 tomorrow with group 4. Then I will be free to go ahead and try and post all 3 of them at the same time. Keep our fingers crossed and hope that we have all 3, 4, and 5 at Facebook by the weekend. So that's out of the way. And beyond that, again, with the breakout rooms, please, it's the best way for you to get the most out of these sessions. And we're going to go do one now. What I'd like everyone to do now is to go into your groups and take several minutes. 8 minutes is really what I'd like, 8 or 10 minutes, to discuss grammar and vocabulary again. And talk among yourselves, which one is more fun for you and your students? Grammar or vocabulary? And then discuss the differences in the ways that you teach them and that your students learn them. So which one is more fun, grammar or vocab? And how do you teach them? Are they the same or different? And talk about these in your rooms. Take several minutes and then come back and join us in a larger discussion in the larger room. Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to stop sharing the screen now. And I'm going to go ahead and create breakout rooms. And again, I'm going to remind everyone, please, you should not be here with me after this. You should be in a breakout room. I will create 5 of them for today's session. I think that's enough. And have fun, everyone. Here we go. Everyone should have a room now. Please go to them. Devota, I'm assigning you to room 2. Thank you very much. Very good. Okay. Joseph, I'll go ahead and assign you to room 3. And again, my TELTA colleagues, who I forgot to introduce, I'll remember to mention you guys. I'm sorry. I'm going kind of fast. But Kessia and Irene and Ayub, if you could join the rooms and go around and see what's going on. And I'll try and join as many as I can in a moment. Okay, at this point, anyone who's still in the room with me who's not a TELTA rep should be trying to join rooms if you can. Please do it your best. If you're having technical difficulties, just keep trying. But please, Gervis, I think I'm saying it right, Gervis, Upendo, Emmanuel, Innocent Mario, Amos, Nico. There's still quite a few in here. You should try to be in rooms at this point. And I'm sending some of you again to rooms. Yeah, please, guys, do your best now to join these rooms. This is where you get your participation and your chance to improve your speaking skills and critical thinking skills in English. There's still quite a few of you here. Jervis, are you there? Are you having trouble joining a room?
I am here.
Okay, you should be joining a room. Do you see the join button on your screen?
Yes, I have joined.
Okay, you should join now. Please
Okay,
do.
thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
brother. Are you able to see the button, Jervis? Can you see the join button on your phone? Jervis?
Yes, I have seen.
Okay, you have to press that button to join the group. To the
Okay,
group
okay.
you're assigned to. You're assigned to, I believe, to group 1. So please
Yes,
join
yes, yes.
now. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Devota. Innocent Mario. There's still quite a few of you here in this room. You're missing out on the most important part of these sessions by not joining your groups. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's true. It's very important that you participate. Yes, Amos, can I help?
Yeah, first, yes, I don't see the links to get for invitation here.
I'm sorry?
Yes, I would like to ask for the links for invitation. I don't see it here. I tried the first, but I sent out of the program.
Okay,
So
well,
I don't know how to.
there should be a button on your phone that says join, so that you can join
I'm
your
waiting
group.
for it.
Your
Yes,
group.
I'm waiting.
You're in
for
room
it.
5. You've been assigned to group 5. Okay.
Yes, I
You've
don't
been-
see the link. Where is?
Okay, I'll give you another one. I'll send you to room 2, but you've already been sent to. You have it now, Amos? It should be right on your phone saying to join. Amos, were you able to just find the button?
kuna mpango gani ili tuweze kufanikiwa mpaka tumpate jawabu, lakini
While we're waiting for everyone to join us, again, for those of you who couldn't join a room or didn't join a room, are having trouble with technical issues, internet or broadband or connections, just keep doing your best. It's important to try. It's really your best chance to participate and get the most of these. And so just do your best. That's all we can ask. Okay, good luck. Everyone should be joining us in the next 30 seconds, or next 10, 9, 8, 7. As everyone knows, I love a good countdown. Okay, everyone should be back with us. And I'm going to share my screen here in a moment. And what I'd like to do is go back just for a moment, because there is one thing I did neglect to do. And we're going to come back to this, which is I forgot to introduce my TELTA team, who comes here every time we do these sessions. That's Irene and Kessia and Godlove and Ayub, and there are others. I'm sure I'm forgetting. I always am afraid I'm forgetting someone. Martin is out there. Petro, I think, is somewhere. We have, of course, we have Ernesto, Onesmo, excuse me. And we have everyone who are part of this wonderful team from TELTA who put this together every week. They're very dedicated. They work very hard to put all these sessions together with me and with the U.S. Embassy. And we want to thank our contact with the U.S. Embassy, Laura Ashayo, as well. And none of this happens without all these wonderful people. So, and I've neglected to mention them at the beginning, because I'm always trying to leave enough time for us to get to the material. And so I apologize to anyone with TELTA and our wonderful team if I overlooked you. I really do appreciate you and respect you. And I respect all of you out there, all the teachers who are coming to these sessions all across Tanzania. You're taking time out of busy schedules, and I appreciate that and respect that. So how do we teach vocabulary and grammar? And which one's more fun? Group one, anyone from group one that can share which one is more fun and the different ways that we teach grammar from vocabulary? Group one, anyone? I would really be excited to hear from you. Who was in group one? Who's out there? I hear somebody. No one from group one? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Masambo.
Hello. How are you?
Excellent, sir. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. I was getting scared that I was all alone.
Okay. I'm group one. I'm from group one. So to me, what I can say is vocabulary is so fun in teaching when I compare to the grammar, just because when I teach vocabularies, sometimes I present some stories to my students. So when they read, they get some new words. They get some new words which are not familiar to them previously. And sometimes after the lessons are, when I approach to the end of the lesson, sometimes I tell them to find out the meaning of those words or the meaning of those vocabularies. But compared to grammar, when I teach grammar, it's very challenging because it's got some formula which is very hard, some time to follow, but it's very challenging. To me, what is most I prefer is just teaching vocabularies.
Thank you,
That's all.
Masambo. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Okay.
Anyone else from group one or even group two at this point? It'd be really nice to hear your voices, everyone. Group one or group two. And Masambo, thank you. You used the word that I really like there, formula. Grammar is a lot of formula and charts and rules. Salome Morana, I hope I'm saying it right. Salome?
Yeah,
Salome?
yes, you're saying it right.
Wonderful. The
Hello.
floor is yours, please. Hello.
Okay, yeah, I'm from group number 1, and to answer the question, let me start with the first question. It was about, are you hearing?
We can hear you very
Yes,
well.
we
Yes.
hear you.
Yes.
Okay, yes. I think for me, I think the vocabulary is more fun and it has a pool of teaching them compared to grammar, because grammar is more of rules. It has rules or formulas, while vocabularies do not have the formulas. And on the ways of used to teach the grammar and vocabulary, I think both can be taught simultaneously. As you teach grammar, vocabularies will be included in the sentences, but vocabulary has to do with memorization and repetition. I think that is the best with the vocabularies, but for the grammar, it is more of rules, means the pupil or the student will be trying to match the subject and the verb so as to form the correct sentences or to form the correct rule of forming the grammar. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just want to share again my accord, my sympathy with you and other teachers who think that vocab is easier to teach. And we're going to talk about that in a minute, but I want to hear more yet. But I will say this. I used to think when I was a younger teacher that vocabulary was easier to teach than grammar. Now I find them both the same, and I find them both equally fun. But it took years, years to get to the point where I was that comfortable with grammar. And we're going to talk about that. But thank you very much, Salome. Elia, or is it Alaya? I see you over there. Do you have something you would like to add, brother? No? Okay, I'm just seeing that. That's very good, though. It's nice to see your face. All right, how about someone now, anyone from group 2 or group 3? Group 2 or group 3, please. I'd like to hear from all of you. We have plenty of time, and this is really important. I'd like to hear what you think is more fun. Joseph has his hand raised. You, sir, have the floor.
Good.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Yes, are you just able to hear me? Hello.
Yeah, we hear you well.
Yes, we hear.
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
I am from group 2, or room 2. With myself.
Oh, now we lost you. Try again, Joseph. Come back. You're muted, I think. You have to unmute. Try again to unmute, Joseph. Try again. Joseph, can you hear me? You need to unmute. Oh, that's too bad. He was just getting started. Keep trying to unmute, Joseph. We'll be here. Anyone else from group 2 or group 3, please join us.
Hello.
I hear someone. Hi, Grace.
Hi, MJ. I'm from group 3.
Okay.
And in our group, we had 2 schools of thought. Some of those who were saying grammar is easier, and some of those who are saying vocabulary is easy. And every camp has their reasons.
Are you telling me that a group of teachers disagreed?
No, in fact, we are like having 2 school of thoughts. Until we left the discussion, we had no consensus which one is easier, because everybody has his or her own opinion. And this is because we are saying teaching vocabulary is easier because you can have like read objects, you can have like stories, and the students can learn easily, instead of grammar, which is, as others have said, it has a lot of rules, principles, and so forth. But also, the group said we also thought of the level of the learners. When teaching vocabulary for lower grades, it's easier to use vocabulary, but teaching grammar for those lower grades is a bit challenging. That was our group's discussion.
Grace, your group touched on, for me, the most important distinction there, or at least the most important thing that we need to notice, which is it really, I think a lot of it depends on the level of the learners we're teaching also, because at lower levels, again, they need the core vocabulary in order to function and to be able to be literate in an English classroom. And so giving core vocabulary is, the cornerstone, obviously. And we'll talk about that. I think I still want to take more comments from the floor yet. But thank you, Grace, because you touched on something that I'm going to go into as well. Paulo, I see you have you're highlighted. Anything you'd like, anyone out there, please, again. Grace, is there more from you? Or no? Okay, no. All right, anyone else, please? It would be wonderful to hear from you, no matter what group you were in. Group 4, Group 5, Aristides, please, feel free. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, MKMB. In our group number 4, the member, some of the members that have said teaching vocabulary is more simple than teaching grammar, just because when you're teaching grammar, you need to use some really objects, and sometimes you translate the vocabularies from their vernacular languages, or the official language they are using different from English language, and it makes them easy to understand vocabularies more than grammar. Just because grammar needs so many, it is complicated teaching, just because it has so many formulas, as the previous speaker said, but also it has so many rules to follow when you're teaching grammar. But teaching vocabularies is so much fun. That's what the members have said. But also in my views, I think teaching vocabulary is more simple and it is more enjoyable to the students than teaching grammar.
Wonderful. Thank you for your input, Aristides. Thank you. That was great. Anyone else with anything to add before I resume the floor and discuss some of the things that you shared with me? Oh, I hear someone. Someone has their mic on. Hello, Alexander.
Yeah, in my group, I'm coming from group 5. We discussed, and we find that that teaching vocabulary is more fun than grammar, because when you are teaching grammar, it is easier even to imitate, to show action, than teaching grammar, which is full of rules. So all of us agreed that teaching vocabulary is more funny really than teaching grammar. For example, if for the way you can be teaching students that I'm happy, then you smile. So it is easier for students to understand, because you also act than teaching grammar, which is full of rules. That is what we discussed. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexander. Infinix, I'll have to ask you to wait yet for next time, because I want to move on and I want to share some things related to those comments. But first, I want to get my screen back up for us. And I want to move a little further along here on my slides. And for me, teaching either grammar or vocabulary begins with the 5 Ps. Big surprise, right? I'm always talking about these guys. But the reality is, it's how we prepare that determines which one is easier for us. We heard 2 schools of thought. There's a variety of them. I think on any given day, I can be of a different mind about it. What group am I teaching? Is it a group of earlier learners? Vocab is probably going to be easier for me. Grammar, on the other hand, for me, is easier with more developed learners who are further along on their journey to learning English or obtaining English fluency. But it all starts with proper preparation, lesson planning, and teaching ourselves. I'm going to tell you again, I don't consider myself an expert on English language or on any subject really, but I do bring a wealth of experience teaching and traveling and being involved with a variety of audiences. And I can tell you that earlier learners, it's fun to teach vocabulary. And it's easier to teach because we can illustrate it. We can play games, sing songs, show pictures. There's a lot of methodology that's easy for us. And teaching grammar is often more challenging for us with lower level learners, earlier learners. Well, I would suggest to you as teachers, we're the same way. As earlier in our careers, we're more challenged by grammar, intimidated maybe, by all the rules, by all the formulas. Present simple, past simple, present continuous or progressive, past continuous or progressive, past perfect, present perfect, past perfect continuous, present perfect. It can be mind-boggling and it can be very intimidating to a teacher who's starting in their career or only has a few years on the road or under their belt, as we say. And so vocabulary is something we learn to teach, or we teach earlier in our careers. We're more comfortable with it. But I would ask you to think about this. With grammar, for all those rules, there are a limited number of rules. There are not 1 million rules. There's not 1,000 rules. There's dozens, maybe. And the beautiful part is they never change. Grammar rules have been the same since I was I froze. Let's stop sharing. There we go. I apologize. I froze. But grammar rules have been the same since I was a boy. They're the same now. The same grammar rules you're teaching and learning, I learned and I've been teaching since the 1950s and 60s. Vocabulary. Wow. It's been changing all the time. Just like our society changes. We have all sorts of new vocabulary that goes with those changes. And vocabulary early on, we teach one word, one meaning. No problem, it's easy. But then as we go further in our careers, the learners go further, they start to realize that vocabulary, there's many meanings. There's oftentimes one word has dozens of meanings. Well, not dozens, but several meanings. And so it's not as simple as it might appear at first, but it is easier to acquire early on. The further we go, the more challenging vocabulary becomes, and the less challenging grammar becomes because it never changes, it never grows. Vocabulary is always changing and growing. So proper preparation for me as a teacher, when I was young, I was a little intimidated teaching grammar. So I made it a point and I understood grammar. You know, I'm a writer, I'm a journalist, I'm an attorney. So grammar has always been something I've used very confidently, but I could never explain it to someone else. And that's what teaching is, right? We explain things to our students, and we explain things to our audiences. So we have to be able to understand something well enough that we can teach it. And that comes from preparation. So for me, I heard people mentioning formulas. I heard people mentioning rules. Yes, we teach grammar by the numbers. And I would say to you as teachers that when I hear you say we use songs, we use stories for vocabulary, use them for grammar. You can use them the same way. For me, I use a lot of charts for grammar to introduce grammar. I'll put up charts on a whiteboard, or I'll put them up on a screen. I'll show charts for present simple. Let's use travel for a simple verb. I travel, we travel, they travel, I, we, they, he, she, it travels. And I'll put this in a chart for my students. These days, because our students have phones and devices in their hands, computers and screens, they can take pictures of charts and they can visualize grammar in much the same way they visualize vocabulary. So you teachers out there who are using stories and songs and that for vocab, you can use it for grammar as well, trust me. And you saw today our opening video with Tom Lehrer using a funny video to show how we take an adjective, active, casual, furtive, and we add ly to the end of those words. Actively, casually, and we change an adjective into an adverb merely by changing the letters of the word. That's vocabulary too, because we're changing how the word is used. Excuse me, thank you very much. So that's one way that we can approach grammar, is we can, much the same way we do with vocabulary, prepare ourselves properly, make sure we know the subject that we're teaching about, that we're confident in our grammar skills and our grammar knowledge. Then introduce it much the same way we do with vocab, or highlight it and apply it to real life situations. One of the great ways to teach the tenses, I hear teachers often talking about past and present and progressive or continuous, as we refer to it in America, and how we teach those forms. One of the great ways is to use daily routines and daily schedules, school schedules, class schedules, work schedules, calendars, life events, first grade, second grade, third grade. And you can show these for present day, for future, and for past tense. And these are illustrations. These are visual ways of teaching grammar to your students. And I would suggest to you as teachers, I think that the way I felt like I arrived as an English teacher, I was a journalist and a lawyer. Then I became a teacher, and I wasn't so sure about how good of a teacher I was. I lacked confidence early on in my grammar skills, as I told you. Very comfortable with my vocab, but I felt like I had matured and reached I had become a professional, a true teacher, when I was as comfortable teaching grammar as vocabulary. So I would suggest to you out there, if you're leaning one way or the other, push on the one that you feel less comfortable with and work at it till you are balanced and you're equally comfortable teaching any aspect of English, whether it's reading, writing, listening, speaking, grammar, vocabulary, whether it's present tense, past tense, continuous or progressive tenses, whether it's prepositions or gerunds. Be comfortable yourself and you'll be able to make your students comfortable. And the way to do that, of course, is through practice, through real life situations and through practice. Read passages, write passages, listen to passages, speak and repeat this process. Remember that practice makes perfect. Well, it may not make perfect in English, but it'll make us a lot better as teachers and students. Remember that we assign tasks for students. Well, we do that for ourselves too. Push yourself to do lesson plans, push yourself out of your comfort zone and practice the areas where you are less comfortable. I will tell you again, every time we meet, I give you one piece of good information that you can take from here at least and remember immediately and apply. And I will tell you this now as teachers and as managers of teachers. Any manager can manage a good teacher, a dedicated teacher, a capable teacher, a cooperative teacher. And the same goes for teachers with students. We love to teach students who are engaged, who are positive, who do their homework, who participate. That's great. A good teacher should be able to teach those students, and a good manager should be able to help and manage those teachers. But the real art in what we do, the real challenge, is when we encounter students who are less motivated, who are less eager to learn, who are less quick to learn something or catch something. And the same goes for managers with teachers. Maybe you've got teachers working with you, your colleagues, or you're mentoring them, or you're managing them, training them, and they're not confident with their grammar teaching. Well, you have to help them. You've got to get out there and demonstrate and illustrate and lead by example. So grammar, for all of you who are out there a little worried about your grammar or intimidated, take a deep breath and relax. It is not rocket science. It is a bit of a science, it's a bit of mathematics, but it's a small amount. And once you learn it, you're going to be fine. Okay. It's really up to you to get comfortable with it. Okay. Now I'd like to take a minute because I don't want to take too long. I only want to take about another 8 or 9 minutes and then I'll be done. But I'd like now for you guys to use the chat box. And if maybe Kessia or Irene, if you're out there, if you could help me and field some questions or comments. And what I'd like to do now is see how you introduce new grammar in your classrooms and in your with your students, what you guys think, and what you think are some effective ways that students can enjoy acquiring grammar. Now, I've just talked about a few, but I'd like to hear some from you guys now. So let's stop sharing. And let's just to the audience again and in the chat box, if you could, please. Kessia, are you out there? Can you help on this one?
Irene will help me. Sorry, MJ.
That's okay, no problem.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, as long as anyone can field some comments or questions from the audience about how they introduce new grammar. Please, it would be great to hear from you. Even the TELTA team, any of you, Godlove or Irene or Kessia, if you've got anything to contribute in terms of the ways that you introduce students to new grammar ideas and how you reinforce it. Anybody? One of my favorite jokes when I have an audience like this and no one responds. Not everyone at once. Hello, my fellow team. Hi, Cassie. Are we alone?
Hi, MJ.
I think we're all alone.
No, I am here. Maybe I can share something a little bit. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Cassie. I can hear you. Do you have any ways that you introduce new grammar?
Yes, I have. I have a lot, but I can share one, maybe.
Cool, please, thanks.
Sometimes I can do the storytelling. Maybe I can start if I'm teaching past tense. Maybe I'm starting by saying yesterday I did this and this and this. Then this and this, it happened this and this. And from my first sentence, I let them construct their own sentence about maybe the last activity they did in a previous day. So through that storytelling, they can speak in a past tense. And sometimes they will not speak very fluent, they will forget the grammar rule, but they will try their best to create or to make the sentences which are in the past. And from that, maybe now I can start explain to them what exactly now we are learning and what are the formulas. And then I will let them maybe construct another sentence so that from the formula to recite another sentence from where they
build
started.
on it. Okay.
That
Yeah,
maybe
okay.
that is what I'm doing.
Cool.
Thank you.
Whoops, thank you. That was perfect. God love, you have something for us, please.
Okay, thank you, MJ. Thank you, colleagues. For me, I use the story walk, in which I used to write the script of stories. And I formulate my student be in a group. I arrange them in a group, and they have maybe 3 points or 3 slots that they need to reach with the stories. For the first slot, they read it and they get some grammar adaptation, but they needed to anticipate or to predict what is the continuations of the story. For example, I'm teaching the sequence on way we can formulate the sentence with subject, which can be either pronoun or can be noun, then auxiliary verb, then next main verb, and maybe subject complement or so forth. So in the first group, I allocate so many words with nouns, so they can predict like in the next slot, they will find a words which agree with the noun to formulate the noun to catch up with the auxiliary, the next verb, and so forth.
They plug and match. Is that what you're saying? They plug and match?
Exactly.
Ah, cool. Okay. That's a great one. I like that too. Thanks, Godlove. Okay. You guys got me to thinking, you and Kessia, and I want to, because I don't have too much time. So I want to remind everybody, I thought of one just now that I forgot to mention earlier. And that is, you know, we were talking about examples, and I see Amos down there. A couple people mentioned using examples or illustrations. And yeah, there's a variety of those available to us when we do grammar. Calendars, schedules, storytelling from the beginning to the end, predicting the future, talking about the past, comparing the now to the future or the past, comparing the future to the past. All of these are out there as ways that we can do it. One of the ways that I like is I will recite a story or write a story or a selection and submit it to my audience for them to catch me making mistakes. Students love to catch the teacher making a mistake. And so it's almost like a competition, and it's a really nice way to get students engaged. So I also recommend that as a method to everyone. And that's it. I want to keep going because we don't have too much time left. And I want to share some comments I have about resources also and things that we can do. So yeah, thank you for sharing again the wonderful part about these sessions is that we have such a nice group of professionals here with a wealth of experience that they can share with all of us. And I hope more of you will feel comfortable sharing in the larger audience as we go ahead, because this really is your chance to speak and be heard by everyone. So for me, with grammar, and I'm only going to take a couple minutes on this, is it's important to cover the most common tenses, you know, present simple, past simple, present continuous, past continuous, present perfect, past perfect, and then the future forms. And there's, again, with all of these tenses, we can use calendars and charts and graphics. And I think that there's a wide array of resources out there. And I'm going to talk a little bit about those that are available for teachers specifically to help with their grammar and how they can feel more comfortable teaching it. And now this is where I want to switch screens. We're going to talk about word types in vocab and grammar intersecting, because this is where I really do believe, when I showed that video early on, LY, when you do little subtle changes to a word, you're really working with vocabulary and grammar. The line between them is blurred when we use suffixes and prefixes, when we go from plural to possessive, or from past tense. Just adding a D to a word changes it, takes us to a different time. And that's vocabulary in a way. And so the two, I don't know that we can always separate them, is what I'm trying to say. So what I'd like to do is stop sharing this screen. And now I would like to share a different screen with you, because this is important here. And you can see here, I have a document in Microsoft Word. And this is really just the word commune, the simple verb or noun, commune, C-O-M-M-U-N-E. If we use it as a verb, it is to commune. We say it that way. It's pronounced differently as a verb than it is a noun. We talk about a commune as a place to live, or a community, a short form of community. But to commune, commune means to get together with, or to share something with, maybe nature, to commune with nature, or to commune with your family. So just the way we say it can tell us whether it's a noun or a verb, but it's really how it's being used that determines what kind of word it is. So one of the games I play with my students is I'll put up a word and I'll say, what kind of word is this? Adjective, noun, verb. And they'll say it's a noun, and another student will say it's a verb. And I'll say, yes, because it's both. It really depends on how it's being used. It's a trick question. And so just take a look at this page for a moment. Commune or commune. We play around with that word. We give it some fixes, some things at the front, some prefixes. Pre means beginning or before. And then suffixes, meaning afterwards, at the end. So commune or commune becomes communal. Remember, AL, almost all words ending in AL are adjectives. Communal, casual, vertical, horizontal. AL is a common indicator of an adjective. And guess what? We add LY to that AL, and we have a common indicator of adverbs. Well, this is a way to teach vocabulary and grammar together for your students, and to give them some power and yourself. When you realize that one word is really a variety of words, and that you're also learning grammar at the same time, you start to realize that it's up to you which one is more fun. It's up to you which one is easier. The methodologies are really the same. Look at this word. Just count how many forms we have on this page. I think there's 15 from one word. And this is not an unusual word. We can take the word polite, the adjective, polite, or political. Guess what? The word political has a lexical connection to polite. Impolite, politeness. We could just politely, impolitely. All of these are the ways that vocabulary and grammar cross paths. And so I would say to you that it really is about yourself and how developed you are as a teacher, whether you think one is more comfortable than the other. So again, just like with vocabulary, we learn words based on what's before them and after them, and what the topic is that we're talking about. We do the same with grammar. We acquire it contextually. If you're teaching tenses, excuse me, I'm sorry, Joseph, can you mute? Sorry about that. There we go. If you're teaching tenses, use illustrations the same way. Calendars and charts. Word types, you can do charts like I just did and give them as PDFs to your students and challenge them to come up with word forms. It's a fun game. You can make up words. Let's add IVE to the end of a word. Let's add MET to the end of a word. Let's see what happens when we put IM at the front of a word. And in these ways, students can learn and have fun at the same time, playing with prefixes and suffixes and word types. Okay, I'm just about done here. And I'm going to close with this. If you are finding yourself in need of, or you think you could improve your teaching, which I think all of us can do, there are a variety of resources at your fingertips, at our fingertips, and our students. There are grammar PDFs online now. I just noticed I put PDF with a small f. I notice these little things when I'm working. But grammar PDFs and handbooks are out there. There are dozens of them. My favorite author on grammar is a guy by the name of Raymond Murphy. And Raymond has written some wonderful textbooks about grammar for teachers, about how to simplify it. And they're in PDF. Many of them are free now online. Some of them are available at very low cost for teachers. So these books are out there, and these PDFs for students and for teachers. You can share them. As I said before, whenever presenting new grammar, get it out there visually on a whiteboard, on a screen, in a story, and make it visual for your students. So it's not just rules and formulas, it's real life. Remember that the same way we use our applications, Kahoot, Padlet, Google, and Zoom, for reading exercises, writing exercises, speaking exercise, we can use these for our grammar very creatively. Students love to use their phones and their computers. Give them something to do in English. Give them things that keep them busy. As we say when we're working with younger learners, don't look now, but you're learning. They're having so much fun, they don't realize they're learning. Well, we can do the same with devices and resources that are out there. Listen, I want to thank everyone again for letting me talk so much. We didn't do as much participating as a group, but I think it's important what I had to say. I hope you were able to hear it, and I hope you don't forget it. I'm going to turn the floor over now to my colleagues who are out there. I don't know, is Onesmo here today, or who's going to be presenting for us today from TELTA? Irene, are you presenting? I need you, Irene, can you hear me? Uh-oh, I'm having trouble hearing you though.
Hello.
Again. Very good. Now I hear you. Yes.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, very, very good. Loud and clear. So.
Okay, I was saying we are having Agatha Damas from Aga Khan first, and then Onesmo will follow.
Okay, I'm going to turn it over. I need whoever it is to go ahead and take over if they can now at this time. So
Agatha, if you can unmute yourself so that I'll introduce you and you'll start your 10-minute session.
And I can give that person a co-host as well if they can raise their hand. Just raise your hand if you're out there.
Yeah.
Oh, is that you? Right there. Very good. Okay, let me make you co-host. I see you smiling. Nice to meet you. Very good. I sent you a co-host request. The floor is yours, Madam.
Okay, let me introduce her first. So
thank you very
everyone,
much.
we were waiting for Agatha for a long time now. I think it's been hours. So we have Agatha Damas from Aga Khan University, who is going to take us through some opportunities as teachers we can take to continue with our studies. Those of us who want to continue studying, it's part of PD, professional development. So let's just listen to her for 10 to 15 minutes and then we'll get back to the other session. So Agatha, please welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Irene. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Thank you very much. And thank you to the TELTA leadership for giving me this opportunity. I didn't have mentioned my name and I will not want to waste time by mentioning again my name. I'm from Aga Khan as assistant registrar and specifically from the admissions office. And I would like you to go straight forward to talk about the opportunities for the teachers, especially who want to enroll for the master's program. We have master's program for the teachers at Aga Khan University, one for the 3 years and the other one for the 1 year. And specifically today, I want to talk about the 1 year program because it's the one which we can enroll for this specific time. The 1 year program always starts in January to December. That is included the third course, including the dissertation. And we really invited the students or applicant with bachelor degree with at least lower second CGPA. That's the minimum of 2.7 CGPA 5 scale. And with at least 2 years of working experience. We offer this program as a kind of capacity building, make teachers more of pedagogical skills, methodologies of how to teach. So that's why we invite teachers with a 2 year working experience. We have core courses like ICT research, teaching, learning and assessment, and teacher educator, plus with at least 6 specializations, which is science, mathematics, language and literacy, childhood education, language management, and assessment. So whoever wants to join the program will have to choose among the 6 specializations for him or her to be enrolled for the program. And I would like to emphasize that we offer scholarships, full scholarships, and partial scholarships. When we talk of full scholarship, we have scholarship that will pay for your tuition fee, for your accommodation, for your medical insurance, from Aga Khan himself and from the Aga Khan donors. But again, for those who will not be able to get the scholarships, they can be given what we call partial scholarship. That means as a student will pay some of the amount of money and the rest of the money will be paid by the Aga Khan himself. The partial scholarship also provided by the Aga Khan and also by the Foundation of Learning. And this one is the Aga Khan donor as well. But we also accept students for full pay, where they will have to pay the whole amount of the tuition fee. What's the tuition fee? The tuition fee is USD dollars 3,000 per year, and this includes the dissertation costs. So if you are not able to get the whole amount of money, you may end up being asked to pay, you may be given a partial scholarship, or you may be asked to pay the whole money. But for our experience of being in that program for some times now, most of the students joining our program, few of them got scholarship and the rest have been offered partial scholarships. So I'm really encouraging you to apply for the program, which is now opening since June 1st and to be closed August 1st, for you to get the opportunities which is offered at the moment. We encourage students from East Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, and we wish to encourage you as members of this flow to apply for the program because of this year, at least this year and next year, we have almost 30 scholarships. And I believe you'll be the good beneficiary of these scholarships. Our enrollment capacity is 80. Out of 80, 30 of them will get full scholarship, and the rest will get partial scholarship. Only 20 will be enrolled on private sponsorship. That means they will pay the tuition fee themselves. How do you get to know to apply for our program? Our application forms are online. You just go to the website you click www.aku.edu, right at admission, East Africa, Masters of Education, you choose what you want. My telephone number is there. In case you want to apply and you feel like you need my help, I'm there. Every day, 7 days, 24 hours, 7 days, you can get me, unless you get me sleep. If I hear your call, I'll eventually respond to you. www.aku.edu, that is our website under admissions. You are most welcome. Any question? I think for the brief one, for the few minutes I've been given, I think that's what I can share. Unless you feel like I need something to add. Any question from you guys?
Thank you so much. Guys, if you have questions, we'll take 3 questions. If there is anyone with a question, please raise a hand. We have Simeon Moses. You can unmute yourself and speak, please.
Thank you so much. Irene, I'm asking on whether there is a PhD program provided by partial or even full scholarship. PhD, I didn't catch it from the very beginning about PhD program.
Thank you, Moses. Of course, I did not talk of the PhD program because of the timing. I only focused on Masters of Education 1 year. And the PhD is offered by Aga Khan University at the campus in Pakistan. So you visit our website and go straight to the Pakistan, you'll find the PhD courses. As far as Tanzania, which is the host of Masters of Education, we only offer Masters of Education for the teachers. But for the PhD, please visit the Pakistan website.
Thank you. We have Leonarda. Leonarda, please ask your question.
Thank you, Madam. I would like to ask whether they may sponsor people within their countries or they should have to go to their university.
Thank you, Renalda. Yes, we might be sponsored in your country, but only the problem is we sponsor our own students at our own program, and we only have the Masters of Education serving East Africa, which is in Tanzania. So if you're in Kenya, you will be required to be in Dar es Salaam because that's where we have the program. Had you want to take, let's say, for example, Masters of Medicine, which is also offered in Tanzania, offered in Kenya, you can be sponsored in Kenya, though you are a Tanzanian. But specifically for the teachers, the Institute for Teachers is in Tanzania, and therefore will be required to take your studies in Tanzania. If you are to be sponsored to any university out of Aga Khan, then the scholarship should come from the other arm of Aga Khan, which is AKDN, Aga Khan Network. So if again you visit for the website and they normally give the adverts about when they offer the scholarships, the Aga Khan Network provides scholarship to any university only when you have the criteria. But specifically for the Masters of Education, you'll have to be trained in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, for you to be sponsored.
Thank you.
Any other question?
Well, we had a hand from Helen, and she has just lowered her hand. If we have any other person.
Good evening, madam.
Okay, good evening.
She has already answered my question. I just wanted to ask her where is the university, but she has already said if you have to take Masters in Education, you will be trained in Dar es Salaam. So that's why I lowered my hand.
The university is within Upanga area, nearby Takukuru or Tambaza High School. That's where we are situated in Dar es Salaam.
So we'll take Aristides and then Joseph will be the last. Aristides.
Madam, thank you, madam.
Joseph, you are
My
breaking. I can't
question
hear
is
you.
through scholarships and partial scholarships. I had a network problem. I could not hear much. When and partial scholarship, I could not understand about the partial
The same applies. I
scholarship
really do get
because
his
of
question,
the
please.
network. So may I repeat about what does it mean by partial scholarships?
Hello, Agatha.
Okay, at least I
I
can
think
get a part of the question. That
Ali
she
wants.
is asking about what does
Hello.
it mean by partial scholarship and full scholarship, right?
Yes. Yes.
The difference of the two, the partial and the full scholarship, right?
Yes. That's what he meant.
The partial scholarship, I'm talking of some of the percentage of your tuition fee or other program costs will be paid by the university. I'm taking one good example, which is offered by to everybody, or to almost everybody who joined the program. We have what we call financial aid. This we get after you receive our admission offer. We'll give you a form and they'll ask you to fill and to tell us the amount of your salary which you received from the government or from the employer. You give us your 3 months salary and 6 month bank statement, and from there we'll analyze and see how much you need pay, and the rest will be paid by the Aga Khan. So from this kind of an analysis, everybody will pay according to the salary slip, to the salaries, to the earnings. You'll have to tell us the other commitment of their salaries, like if we have a sick person at home or whatever. So of that $3,000 US, you might end up paying $1,000 US for the whole program, if at all you are in high need, or you have a good salary and you don't have many other commitments of your salary, you may end up paying $2,000 US and the rest 1,000 will be paid by AKU. Or you have everything, you are director of a kind of institution and your salaries, you are almost able to pay the whole tuition fee, you might end up paying $2,500 US as a maximum. But the minimum for the partial scholarship, especially the AKU scholarship, you will be asked to pay $1,100 US for the 1 year, and that's it, you have been done for the program. For the full scholarship, everything will be paid, and you will maybe ask nothing to pay. I think it's so. I made myself clear.
Yes. We'll take Joseph. Joseph, please, you are the last one.
Joseph, I can't hear you.
I think he's having issues. God love, if you are here, please help us mute him first. MJ. Hello,
I am
MJ.
right here. Yes, I'm here.
Help us mute Joseph.
I can do that. Of course I can. Job done.
Thank you. Hello, Agatha. I hope
Yes,
you're
my
still
dear.
here. So thank you so much for the
I can see
information.
MJ
I
is
know.
hanging, and okay.
I know many teachers will enroll this
I'm
time
sure there's
around.
an internet issues. Can you hear me, you guys?
Loud and clear.
Yes.
MJ, can you
Hello.
hear me?
Yes, wonderfully. Yeah,
Yes.
you're doing great. Yeah.
Hello, and can I be heard as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, Madam
Okay. Thank you. I was saying to Agatha that thank you so much. I know many teachers will enroll this time around this year, hopefully. I know some who are going through the process right now. And they say that caring is sharing, right? So guys, please, let's spread the word. We heard that there are 30 full scholarships and 20 partial scholarships. So please, let's spread the word so that other teachers can apply to the opportunity as well. So thank you so much, Agatha. And hopefully these people will try finding you 24/7, as you said. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Irene. Yes, madam, thank you very much. Whenever someone says they're available 24/7, I think to myself, I admire your energy and your commitment, because that's that's very kind. So, but again, what I would say to everyone out there is I'm older in my career, and I've been very fortunate. I started as a journalist and then an attorney, and then I became a teacher. And I've had the good fortune to travel all over the world as a teacher. But many of you are young in your careers, and I would encourage you to take advantage of every opportunity like this that you get and pass the word around to your colleagues, because you never know who's going to be out there that would benefit from something like this. These partial scholarships sound amazing. And if you get the opportunity to travel anywhere when you're early on in your career, please take it, because the older you get, it becomes harder to travel and to find the time to take self-improvement courses and things. If you have families, if you have obligations, time gets away from us. So while you're young, seize the day, carpe diem. So, okay, Onesmo, is it Onesmo that's going to be taking over now? Who's, Irene, who was it you said is going to be taking over now for us?
It's Onesmo, and I'm just looking for him. I don't see him around.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Onesmo, are you out there, brother? Mr. Masuya, I'm going to call on the president. Is our president around? My captain. My captain, are you with us? He may be in a meeting.
He's somewhere hiding.
Oh boy. Yeah, because
No, I'm right here. I can hear you all. I am right here.
Were your ears ringing?
I can hear you all, and I'm happy that the session is going so well. I don't want to comment a lot, but I want to say that I am among the beneficiaries of Aga Khan University. The way you see me right now is quite different from the 2 years ago. So I thank Aga Khan University, and I think everyone should enjoy this opportunity because it makes me a different person. So just enjoy the sessions. Thank you very much.
Ayub, where is Onesmo? Do we know?
Onesmo, I know where she is. Let me check. Oh my God, he's not here right now?
No, I'm sorry to tell you. Anyways, though, while we are waiting for Onesmo, because again, let's
wait.
Okay, wonderful. That's great. I'll just take another minute or two then, because I have plenty of things I can share with this audience, and I can ask you guys about as well. So again, we were talking before about vocabulary and grammar and the different ways that we teach them, and using charts and using. Does anyone have anything other than what we were talking about that they try? Any techniques that they use with grammar that they want to share here? Because this is an open floor, and I would love to learn any techniques that you guys are using. I know some of you have classrooms that have 50 and 75 students, 100 students. How do you manage to do grammar lessons in that environment? If you can share with us. Eunice, do you have anything that you'd like to share with us? Is there anything, before I go any further, is there anything more you'd like to share about the university, madam, and the programs? Should we maybe take some more questions while we're waiting for Onesmo? Irene?
Yeah.
Do you think that might be a good idea?
If we can take more questions.
Because there seems to be a lot of interest in these programs, and I'd rather do that than, have me prattle on. So.
Okay, we can take questions.
Go ahead, Irene. I'll give the floor to you to see who you. Very good, Helena. Go ahead, please. The floor is yours. You'll have to unmute.
Okay. Good evening, MJ.
Good evening.
Hello.
Thank you. We can hear you.
Thank you, sir. Well, Madam, I was curious on how exactly to get full scholarship, maybe, and the difference in the partial scholarship, or it depends on the maybe the qualifications or the academic certificates, how positive they are. She did not say how, for if you are applying, what to do so that you will get full scholarship, and maybe if you fail to do this and this is where you will get to a partial scholarship.
I see she is smiling. I know she has an answer for you. I'm wondering too, now that you've asked. That's an excellent question. What's the, if I'm reading you correctly, if I heard you correctly, what's the best way to improve the possibility of getting a full scholarship versus a partial scholarship? And also, are there differences in the amounts of the partial scholarships? I'm curious about that. Is each one different based on circumstances? The floor is yours, madam. I'm curious.
Thank you very much. Our scholarships, most of them are based on merit. Merit means we normally give examinations during admission process. Once someone has the basic enrollment, like the bachelor degree, the required CGPA, and the 2 working experience, then we subject them to 3 different exams. One of it is being English, USMJ, and then the other one is critical thinking, and the third one is oral interviews. And of course, the bachelor degree class has also an additional 15 scores. So out of 100, we take the 3 top, they'll be given full scholarship from Aga Khan University. The followed group will be given the government scholarship. Like for example, now we have the Uganda Scholarship from the government of Uganda. After we have taken the 3 top of Aga Khan, the followed Ugandan will be given the Ugandan Scholarship, but those one are specifically for Uganda. And the rest will be given scholarship according to the projects. Currently, we have scholarship for 15 students from Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda from a specific area supported by Foundation for Learning projects. And this goes to female from primary school.
I hope you heard that. Was that Helena that was asking? I hope you heard that.
And yes, and then if not female, then male, but on leadership position. Leadership position being in schools and government structures like ward education officers, they are all eligible for the scholarship. But again, for the remaining cluster, it only depends on whether you pass well our exams. The minimum requirement is 6%. Those who scored 6%, depending on the cutoff point of the year, they will be given partial scholarship after we have selected our full scholarship from the top list. And this partial scholarship will go to everyone, regardless of the pass mark. The only thing we need to get is the admission offer. So you only tell us about your salary, about your social commitment of your salary, and then we will decide upon, depending on our criteria, whether this is high need, medium need, or low need. The high need means somebody with very little salary, a lot of commitment from the salary from her salary, and then she will pay the least. That is $1,100 US for the whole program. And the medium will pay like $1,700 US, and the rest will pay $2,500, and then the remaining 900,000 will be paid by Aga Khan University. The 20 whom they are out of the top 60, they will be asked to pay full scholarship, full pay, that is US dollars 3,000. So the only criteria we'll give you for scholarship is your brain and your previous pass mark. For one who has scored the first class has 15 score. The second class, upper second, 10 score. lower second 5 score. So the scores of the bachelor degree plus the scores of the admission test, it will either tell us you are to be given full scholarship or partial scholarship.
Can they find all of this at the website too? If they go there, all of this information is there? For
We
how they-
have, yes, we have a little bit of the information of what I'm giving, but not detailed as much as I'm talking, you know.
Oh, okay. So it's good that they're
Yes,
listening
but
to
some of
this.
them are there. Yeah.
Okay. This is excellent. Thank you very much. I would encourage, someone asked in the chat box if we could share the links at the WhatsApp page. And if, I think, of course we can. We're sharing it here. So yeah, we'll make sure that someone from the TELTA group should take the link for this and make sure we share it with the groups at large. So, okay. Do we have any sign of Onesmo yet, or do we want to take more questions? Because these are great questions. That was an excellent one. I learned
He's
a lot
not
just
here,
now.
MJ.
Okay.
He's
let's
not
take-
here.
Okay, let's take more questions then, because this is very useful. I learned a lot just now, so feel free. The floor belongs to you guys.
Yeah, and
Someone
if
is
a
asking
person
about
can't
the
speak,
fee structure.
they can put the question in the chat box. Hello, Madam Agata.
Yes, my dear.
Someone is asking, is there application fee? Wow. Oh, you have answered that.
Yes, I've seen it. You know, sometimes my network is not stable, it's taking me out. The application fee is 50 for the Tanzanian. For the Kenyan is 2,600, and for Ugandan is 95,000, and they are paid in local.
Okay.
Yes. Someone is asking my contact. My contact is in the website, but I can give you my phone number right away. If you can write, it is 0784 0784 7976 01 0784 7976 01. That is my mobile number. Hello.
Yes, I heard it. Thank you very much. That's great. Your phone is going to be ringing a lot, madam.
Don't worry, I'll just keep. I know this for the while during the year, but there is a pleasure and happiness in serving the people of God. So you should not worry. Just give me a call.
Irene, do we have any more? I see Alexander. Alexander?
Yes, I have a question to Madam Agata. I want just
You're
to know, all is provided in this university, the duration of which is only 1 year. Am I right? Am I correct to say so?
The 1 year program, we have a 1 year program, Masters of Education, and we have a 3 year program, Masters of Education, but this one is offered online. I said because of time, I'm talking only about the Masters of Education 1 year because the window, admission window is open.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and again, we have other health-related programs.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Someone is asking, is there an online ODL mode? Yes, for the 3 year program, we have the ODL mode. Someone is asking the English exams, is it TOEFL? Not really TOEFL, but it's an English to examine whether you are capable for the program. It is purely grammar, and it's a multiple choice. And you might call it TOEFL, but it is not the same. That's why we even if you have a TOEFL certificate, we really want you to go through our admission English. Someone is asking about the alumni benefits. Yes, one of the alumni benefits we have for the program, we have those we call PDT, those professional development tutors. Whoever has completed Master of Education program, we still have contact with them because they are our co-partners in implementing our projects. And I'm glad to have within this group, we have somebody called Eunice Nansari. Eunice, please, can you tell these people how you are benefited from the MED program? Because you are alumni of the Aga Khan, and I'm sure you have been involved in our projects. Eunice Nansari, can you be the witness of the answer of this question, please?
Yes, I can.
Hello.
Please. Hello. Hello.
Yes, we hear you.
Hello,
Hello.
we hear you. Hello.
Yes, I am the alumni from Aga Khan University, and I have benefited a lot
Hello.
from this university. Hello, do you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, you this.
Hello.
Go on.
There are so many benefits from this university. First of all, I have got a lot of PDT professional development courses from them. Once you work with them, they equip you with research skills. Thereafter, they will take you to their projects, whereby you will be used as a professional development tutor. But apart from that, you get social networking, but at the same time, they pay you, and they will pay you nicely. They give you exposure. They can even pay you for the ndege, for what? It depends on the type of the transport you wish to use. So they give you a lot of exposure, and you work with the professional people, professors. You get a lot of exposure from Tanzania and East Africa. For example, last month I was working with tutors from Nachingwea TTC, and we were facilitating a workshop, and it was real wonderful because I am a secondary school teacher, but I got an opportunity to work with college teachers, and it gives you confidence. But apart from that, you learn, and it helps you to get out of your comfort zone, but at the same time networking. As the ex-facilitator was saying, when you get the opportunity to work with the universities, you enlarge something from your mind. You will not be what you are. You get something, you get exposure, you get to know people like Agatha and so other many. So it is really a very wonderful opportunity. Please, all of you try, and you will never regret, from your family level to your career, to your happiness. You're warmly welcome to Aga Khan University.
That was an
Thank you,
excellent
Aga.
recommendation. Wow.
Yeah.
That was really nice, Eunice.
Thank you.
And I
sir.
love the fact that you
thank-
mentioned pushing ourselves out of our comfort zones. As teachers, I think that's the biggest challenge we have all the time, is trying to learn new things and continue to always be learning while we're teaching. So thank you, Eunice. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Eunice. Let me see if there is another question for me from the chat box. Somebody is asking for the email address. That is agatha.damasi at aku.edu, but A is small a. This is my email address, agatha.damas@aku.edu. Actually, from this forum, we have a lot. We have more than Eunice about who can talk about the benefits of the AKU after completing of the program. Ayubu also can testify something. He's just a very new graduate of our program. Ayubu, are you there?
Yes, I am. I am right here.
Just share anything
And,
about our program, because when you talk as the beneficiary, it makes more sense than me advocating of it.
Thank you very much, madam. So there are a lot of things that I can talk about Aga Khan University, but one nice thing that I can see is the way that you get to understand the self-learning and the lifelong learning, whereby now I am able to search for the material, to do the write-up, to do the reports, know where you can find people who can assist you in different programs, developing new projects and new programs every time. How should I persuade a donor so that we can get the fund for the projects? So that's one thing I am proud, because I learned that from Aga Khan University. Even me being the president of TELTA, when I contest for this chance, I was in, somewhere in August in Aga Khan University, and I said, let me do this one. And I did it in the best way for those who were there, you understand. And I also promised a lot of things, of which 80% I have worked on them up to now. So I am someone who benefited a lot by being able to stand on your own, do the work, and make sure that everything that you do, you did to the best of your knowledge, to the highest level. I am sure, Messi, you are here and you can comment on that. If at all working with you was good or not very good, you can be honest on that. But I thank and I really appreciate that.
Mr. Masuya, I have enjoyed working with you every moment. And I will tell you that you touched on a few things there that you know, again, that it does. But the one that jumped out at me, my ears lifted up when you talked about being taught how to seek funding and how to do it correctly and artfully. Asking for money in the education business is a good deal of what we do in the international game, especially in areas that are under-resourced and that are challenged for resources. You know, you have a limited amount of money to work with, and a lot of people are asking for it. And, you know, it's a difficult decision-making process often, but applying for those funds and putting yourself in a position to benefit from the availability, no matter how limited, is a really powerful skill. And, you know, being able to persuade someone to give you money, other than time, giving you time and giving you money, these are the most important things we can give other people: time, food, money, shelter. So yeah, Ayub, thank you, because again, between you and the person I heard just prior to that, Eunice, these are really powerful endorsements for these programs. So, and I can speak from working for you how much I've enjoyed your professionalism and your ability to put things together and coordinate and do logistics. So yeah, thank you, brother.
Thank you very much. So one more thing that I wanted to comment for the teachers is that there is no any university here in Tanzania that can admit you and study your whole program until when you finish without paying the school, the fees. There is no, it's only in Aga Khan, I think. The moment you pay something to start with, and then you sign a contract that you'll pay within 3 years, so that way in 1 year you can finish up and go home and work and find the money so that you can go back and finish up the fees. You all understand that in other universities, let's say our biggest university in Tanzania, University of Dar es Salaam, you won't sit for your final exam unless you pay all the tuition fee. But in Aga Khan, it's different. You finish up, you go for another 2 years, where you go and find the money and pay. So that's why I think this is a best professional development for all of us as teachers. So once you get a chance, please apply. Thank you very much, and thank you, Agatha, for giving me this chance too.
I need to follow up. I'm sorry, Agatha. Go ahead, please. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
I just want to invite Janet, my colleague, whom we work together, and I think she's in here, to talk about the alumni emails which we introduced recently, to ensure that we keep on chatting contact our alumni all over. You know, when we enroll students, we give them the scholarly email address for easy communication. When they quit for the program, they have completed the program, we then give them alumni email specifically to communicate with us. Janet, would you like to talk something about the alumni email and how they are anxious to respond to the emails? Janet?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Janet.
Okay, for those who doesn't know me, my name is Janet Zenze, and I work for the Aga Khan University in the capacity of admissions and record associate. I say thank you for giving me this opportunity to my colleagues to talk about the program that we offer, but also I'm thankful for being given this chance to say about the email that the alumni are given after completion of the program. When everybody who get involved with the Aga Khan University become part of the Aga Khan University community. So even after the student graduate, we still consider him or her as part of the community. We would like to get involved and to get linked together even after the studies at AKU. So after the graduation, all the students who graduate are being given an email with an ID of the alumni. And the purpose of the email is to keep on communicating, but also is an identity for the specific graduate that this specific person is a graduate of AKU. So the use of the email is not limited. You can use that email to communicate with Aga Khan University, but also you can use that email to communicate with any other person, which also is a credit for an alumni. When you are contacting somebody with an email that bears AKU domain, it gives that person something trustful to get trusted with other people in the world and even any other interaction. So that is a brief information about the AKU alumni emails.
Thank you very much, Janet. And we feel that that thing will help us also to conduct our cluster study here and then, and to get the feedback. We value our graduates. We want to know how are they adapted in the market. We want to know how will they, the impact of our programs. Their comments, their values have been used to improve our programs. So that's why we have decided to go to that channel to get more intact with them.
I have something to add, Agatha, I'd like, if you don't mind. I was thinking about when Ayub was talking and just now about how, about the money aspect of getting an education and improving ourselves. One of the things I learned, you know, I early on in my career, to get my journalism degree and to get my law degree, I had to go into debt. I had to borrow a lot of money in America to get my education. And paying it back is very scary. It takes a long time, and it can scare you when you start to look at the numbers. Wow, can I afford this? Well, here's what I want to tell teachers and any student who's studying. Any education you can get, any self-improvement, continuing professional development you can get it. No matter how much it costs, what it costs, worry about paying for it later. And here's why. Unlike property, something you pay for, or maybe you pay partly for it, you don't finish, they come and take it back. No one can take your education away from you. I see you smiling. Once you've got it, man, you've got it. You've learned it, you've absorbed it, and it's yours to take around the world. It's yours to share with everyone. And so, you know, don't let that be an obstacle. Don't let that be the reason you don't do something. Okay, that, don't be afraid to take that leap and to take that chance. It's an investment in yourself and your future that no one can take away. That's all I wanted to say, Agatha. Thanks. I needed to get that in.
Thank you very much for your very nice comment. It is yours, and in Aga Khan you'll be let to take it, and you will be allowed to attend the convocation, and you will come for the punishment later. The only thing we'll hold for you is the academic certificate, but the real education you got, you'll get it out of there with them and use it even without the certificates. Thank you, Mr. J. Any other question?
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I want just to know about the fee costs for those who are half sponsored in Tanzanian current, because you have said in US dollar, but unfortunately here I don't have a calculator. May you tell me maybe the average cost in Tanzanian currency for those who are half sponsored in Aga Khan University? That is my question.
That is very easy. Our tuition fee is determined yearly, and for example, those who are now in the program, they are supposed to pay $2,500,000 US for the high need. That means 1,100 US times 2,300.
Okay.
And that is fixed. It's not. It doesn't change as according to the exchange rate. It is calculated once and then it is fixed. I'm talking of dollars because we recruit from Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda. So it will be difficult for us to direct communicating in T-shillings. But Tanzanians they are always pay in tuition fee. But that's, of course, that is the regulatory condition, and that's what we want to attract more Tanzanians because the institute is Tanzania. But the Kenyan and the Ugandans are supposed to pay in dollars because the Kenyan citizens cannot cross the border. So the minimum is 2 million.
2 million.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Karibu. Somebody is asking if there is any other condition apart from what I have mentioned to get the scholarship. Nothing else. Let me say something. Once we believe that if somebody completed a bachelor degree and he or she went for a teaching for some years, she had gained something from teaching. So we really value the additional education or the learning somebody has acquired after the bachelor degree. So because everybody has attained something for the bachelor degree, we just put them all in the same pool and give them exams. So if, for example, if we have a lower secondary and you manage to be the first to score the highest, you'll be given scholarship. It doesn't matter what the CGPA of the undergraduate. The only thing I've said about the CGPA is the CGPA also contributed to the total marks, the cumulative scores, but it doesn't determine the scholarship. So the only thing will give you the scholarship is the brain, the way you articulate yourself during the interview, the way you respond critically to the questions and get the highest score, it will give you the scholarship. If you are not getting the highest score, but you are intermediately, then you will be subjected to the partial scholarship, despite of your bachelor degree scores. Any other question?
Well, I see no more questions.
Sure.
Yeah, so thank you so much. I think we've exhausted a lot and people are going to apply. I'm very sure. Someone is asking about age, if there is an age limit to the scholarships.
We don't have age limit. And why we don't have that age limit? Remember, we have a specialization on early childhood, and we believe that education does not end in formal. You are at home with 60 years, you have your granddaughters, they're supposed to be trained well. So we don't have age limit. Even if you are 59, you're about to retire, and you deserve for the scholarship, your merit will give you the scholarship. It doesn't matter. Because we are building capacity to teachers to be good teachers, not only informal, but even also to the to informal sectors. But again, teachers are teachers everywhere, not only to school. So let's somebody who feels like she wants to have a master's degree, even if, and let her be having it. So we are not segregated because of the age. Most welcome. Elia Katabila. You are muted, Elia. Unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you, madam, and the other group members. Very happy to hear from you, and this is a good chance that we have to use. I want to ask a question about the timetable of this, this master's program. It is full time or it is maybe evening classes? I want to know about the timetable. Thank you.
We don't have evening class in such. The full-time 1 year, you will have to attend classes at Aga Khan, Upanga area, from morning to evening. That is full-time. And that is face-to-face with of course, blended somehow. The part-time, the 3-year program, it is called part-time because of the delivery mode. It is online. And most of the sessions are taking place in the evening, not because it is supposed to be that way, but it is between the lecturers and the students. They've agreed that let it be in the evening after they have completed their work, and then they do the lecturing. And it is 2 days per week. And the rest of the time they are doing it on the self-reading. Most of the interactions are happening in the Moodle. So it is not evening, it is an online program. And I'm sure maybe the coming cohort, they might decide that the sessions take place this time of us, because the current cohort is from 5 to 7. Maybe from the other class will decided from 7 to 8 probably, but the mode of delivery is online, not evening. There is no face-to-face sessions. You'll start where you are. Thank you.
Thank you so much. MJ. Hello, MJ.
I'm here. Would you like to wrap up the session at this point? I think we probably should.
Yes.
First of all, I want to thank Madam Agata. I believe I'm saying it correctly. Agata, that was very informative and helpful. And again, I would encourage everyone, regardless of the opportunity, always look for opportunities to better yourselves and get yourselves out of your comfort zones and improve your teaching, improve your quality of life. I even with the U.S. State Department, I've been offering opportunities to enhance my skills and to build on my skill sets. And I've taken them, training courses and teaching courses, and they're wonderful. They require a commitment, yes, and they sometimes require a little money, and they require time. But in the end, I've always found that they're beneficial, that they serve their purpose, and I feel better doing them. And so I encourage all of you to do that in your own careers in that. So thank you, Agatha. Really, really nice to meet you and listen to you talk. And Irene, I think that's it for us. We don't have a Nesmo, so what I'd like to do is I propose that we share the slides. Someone from TELTA, I think they may have been shared already at the WhatsApp page, but let's share the slides again. Thanks, Irene.
Yes.
So if we, and just look for those slides.
I have a few.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just had a few announcements. First, to the participants, we'll be sending an evaluation form, a Google form, so that you evaluate the course so far up to this session 5. And secondly, we are very sorry that the second presenter couldn't make it. We have the PPT in the group, so please go through it. We have the videos, please go through the videos as well. We'll try discussing the PPT in the group, the WhatsApp group. We'll find time and do that, and then we'll post the assignment in the Google Classroom. So thank you all so much. You can just wrap up, MJ.
Thank you, Irene. Thank you. You know, again, I want to thank everyone at TELTA and all of the teachers today for coming. I know this is a big commitment in our time, especially for you guys coming at night in Tanzania. You're done with your work days. You've got commitments with family, and you're making time for this. I hope and I trust that we are giving each other something useful to take away from these sessions every time we meet. So thank you all. I want to see faces now if we can. This is the most fun part when I get to see everyone smiling before we go. And thank you all again. And to echo what Irene said, we're going to be posting the Facebook, some of these to Facebook, these sessions. So don't worry about missing part 2 today. You got to see something really different that was special also. So, and you'll still get to see the slides from Onesmo about differentiated teaching and learning. So you get everything. So don't worry. No one's missing out. It's great to see everyone. I like to see all the smiles. Thank you all again.
Bye-bye, Matthew.
Yeah, bye-bye, brother. Good to hear your voice. All of you, really. I love your dedication and respect you. And
Good night, sir.
thank you very much. Good night, Tanzania. We will see you soon.
Bye.
All right, everyone stay safe. In the meantime, we'll see you next session. All right, take care, everyone. We are
This is the
together.
part that I like the most because of the noise and everything.
It's okay. Everyone can be noisy now. All right, everyone, take care, okay? All right, be safe. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye-bye.